So this movie starts with a bunch of kids complaining that their college doesn't have a computer, and it's like, can't you guys just be glad you didn't die in Vietnam? Like,
Yeah.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
um,
So,
well,
not
stand
everything
up,
not
bitch.
everything in 1969 was all about Vietnam.
Yeah, part of it was about Scooby Doo.
Oh, yeah, the guy who voices Freddy and Scooby Doo has a supporting role in this major motion picture.
Yeah, he
Whoa,
looks
whoa,
like
whoa!
Shaggy. It's funny.
We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. We haven't properly introduced our lovely, loyal, beautiful, sexy audience to what this major motion picture is called.
Oh, what is it, Ivan?
Oh, gee whiz, synth. Let me tell them. So, golly gee willikers, this movie is called The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes from 1969, I believe,
Who requested this movie?
by fucking golly gee willikers. Holy shit, Snickles. It was Synth Cool, the guy who requested that movie.
Why do you think I would actually request this fucking movie?
You're the one that asked us to put it on here,
Why
you
do you,
Scooby Doo ass motherfucker. All right, so anyway, going past our awkward ass introduction here, what do you guys think of the computer wore tennis shoes?
it's all right. It's
Yeah. That opening song was really grating on my ears for some reason. I don't know why. Like as far as like kitschy, jingly, like it's 60s tie-in songs go, like that one just irritated the shit out of me. Just the way like the melody flowed and everything.
Something that I okay, so this is going a bit forward in the movie, and I know we're not. I know we tend not to talk very much about the movie, but there's something that I just have to point out here, right?
what?
A couple things, right? So
Okay.
this movie's about a guy who gets shocked by a computer. He suddenly, gains the powers of a computer, and he becomes like super duper smart, right? And he's got a bunch of friends. He's got like a girlfriend or whatever, yada yada yada. One of his friends, the ginger kid, has the hairiest motherfucking arms I've ever seen on a human being.
It was the
That dude,
60s.
that dude is one hairy motherfucker. He is like the most Irish looking, like potato fed fucking like troll human I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
What was
What
his
the
name? Like Schmealer?
I don't fucking know, but like as a person of Irish descent, that motherfucker is Irish. Like that is pure Celtic blood seeping out onto the big screen in the most grotesque way possible. And then
Can
also can we talk for a second about the other character, the one that's played by
wait,
Frank Welker?
can we slow down a bit? Can we slow down? Let's go one by one. Let's talk a little more about this Irish guy because he kind of saved at least the quiz show at the end. He was talking about his uncle's laundry business.
Yeah.
He was talking about his uncle a lot, a little disturbing, and he's like, "Oh wait, I know the answer because of my uncle." And like, so he's kind of like the anti-hero of the movie.
That's not what an anti-hero is.
And he goes to the cops to that's pretty badass of him, talking to the cops.
Yeah,
You know,
talking to the cops makes you badass.
Like
And if
Cool
that's
Cat.
true, yeah, like Cool Cat.
I
so
found
maybe
this
this.
gun, officer.
We're gonna go arrest Dirty Dog. He was at the January 6th insurrection.
I'm trying to have a serious conversation about the computer wore tennis shoes, and you motherfuckers are doing bits. Can you
Yeah,
guys like
I'm good
knock
on the
it off?
computer. I'm Cool Cat. Follow me on Twitter.
I'm surfing the web.
This is fucking unprofessional.
Say
Okay.
no to bullies.
Imagine if Cool Cat became a computer.
Yeah, and Cool Cat wears tennis shoes.
Do you
He
think
wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Professor
He wouldn't fit his fat fucking feet.
Fat fucking Feet? That's
Yeah,
my favorite
his
website.
fat, beautiful feet.
What the fuck?
All right. Anyway, going back to the ginger guy, Smealer. I
Yeah,
think that's what his name is.
yeah.
Actually, I think he's a little creepy because there's like one line in the movie where he's like, "Yeah, what if we hijacked a Cuban airline?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Whoa.
I think that was common in the 60s because there was a lot more plane hijackings back then.
Yeah, but it's like, like, why is this random Irish kid like trying to be a military guy now?
Well, it's in every Irishman's blood to commit terrorism.
And
Do you think?
to get drafted into some war that is all about sending poor people to the slaughterhouse. You know?
It's the
I
European urge to go die in a field.
Nah, dude, that's only Irish people. Like, we only let Irish people in this country because they're the only ones who like join wars just for the glory. Everyone
Eh,
else does it for the benefits. Irish people are like,
I wouldn't
fucking
say that.
honor.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, look at France and Germany and England and all those other they love dying in fields.
Hey man, I'm just trying to do a bit here.
Every
Okay.
100 years, the French and the Germans are just like, "Oh my god, I forgot it's die in a field o'clock. Time to go kill some French people. Jawohl."
Is that your Mario?
That's my attempt at a German, exaggerated German voice. Thanks for
Oh
pointing that
yeah.
out, Synth.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So anyway, yeah, that Irish kid, he's got the like hairiest fucking gorilla arms I ever saw. He looks a little bit inbred, but what?
Wait, wait, wait,
Let
wait,
me.
wait.
No, no,
Why
no.
were you looking at this kid's arms? Were you just imagining being like
Well,
cuddled by his
in
arms?
in the scene where he picks up the phone, it's kind of hard to ignore the fucking like hairy paws on this motherfucker. Anyway,
Did you
going
know?
going forward.
But did you know that back in the '60s, before they started, drip feeding everybody, estrogen through the fluoride in the water. Well, men had more testosterone in their bodies, and so yeah, they had bigger cocks and they had hairier bodies. This is science. This is true '60s, 1969 science. Okay.
I I have a larger penis than Kurt Russell. Let's come on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you probably do.
true 1969 science is the fact that they didn't know that it was bad to shake your baby until like 1973. So like I don't know how I don't know how good 1969 science is. I mean, we landed on the moon, I guess,
Yeah.
but doctors were still saying, "Hey, smoking is a-okay, buddy."
No,
The moon landing
people,
was fake, you
you haven't
fucking
seen
cock.
Mad Men. Like studies were already coming out by then that the smoking thing might be bad for us. Us being constantly drenched in smoke everywhere we walk might be like poisoning us, but like they didn't care because it was still cool. It was cool. Fred Flintstone smoked, okay?
Yeah, Winston's.
All right,
Anyway,
going back.
before no, 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 hush. I've been trying to say this for a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
now, and you keep
Okay.
interrupting me. The
Okay.
other the other character, played by Frank Welker, has the most school shooter ass haircut I've ever seen in my goddamn life. It's
it
just like straight black
was the
hair that's
it
like a
was the
bowl.
'60s.
It's like straight black hair that's in a bowl, but it's like combed with like a wide comb. So it just like you can see like all the strands. And he also has these like really short mutton chops, uh,
It
like
was the
sideburns.
'60s.
And he looks like, and I no offense to Frank Welker, all right, because he's a talented voice actor,
And the
but
fashion choices that he had when he was a dumbass early 20s kid
yeah, his fashion choices when he was a dumbass early 20s kid,
in the
made
60s.
him look in the '60s, made him look like one of those types of people that I would see like nowadays in my like local neighborhood who would be like covered in dirt all the time. Just like a dirty child. He looks like a dirty child that eventually like becomes racist.
He reminds me of like the haircut like reminds me of like the haircuts that the Ragamuffin dolls like have. I I do want to say to the defense of like the fashion choices and haircuts of people in these movies is that these
Mhm.
serial killer haircuts were not considered serial killer haircuts yet because those serial killers did not serial kill yet. Because most of that happened in the 70s, I think.
I mean, I'll say this much. The whole like 1960s academia kind of vibe of like, everyone wearing like sweaters and like turtlenecks and
Beatniks.
wearing like blazers and stuff like that. Like I think that looks good. I think people
Oh yeah,
should bring back that fashion a little bit somewhat because it just looks very casual, it looks very comfortable. It's
yeah.
not like too crazy, but it's also like kind of fresh, But the haircuts, man, what the fuck? what is with the haircuts?
I think you're just intimidated by the Frank Welker cut.
I'm not intimidated by it. I'm moderately disturbed.
Do you think like after like do you think when Frank Welker like watched this movie in theaters, he's like, okay, I'm gonna stick to voice acting?
I don't know, but it's a little bit weird hearing.
They can't see my 1969
It's
haircut
a little bit weird hearing the like actual voice of Fred, like Fred from Scooby Doo, coming out of
come
like
out
a
of a real
20-year-old
man's
kid.
voice.
Yeah,
That
like
that like the
I
last
always
scene where sorry.
I always imagine. Sorry, I always imagine Fred as being like voiced by this like old man, and then hearing that kind of old man style voice coming out of like a 20-year-old kid is so weird.
Yeah, his voice hasn't really changed that much over the years, which good for him.
Yeah,
That that last line he had where like we're like all they care about is the plumbing.
yeah.
I'm
Oh no,
like
infrastructure.
yeah, it's like how dare the fucking dean cares about the plumbing and infrastructure of his school. It's like come
Well,
on,
Yeah,
man.
geez,
I
gang,
bet
I actually really like lead pipes.
it was probably his character that was clogging all the pipes.
Oh,
God.
Mads, you leave Henry played by Frank Welker alone.
I'm talking about the character.
Um, you know, going back to our favorite Irish American character, Schmealer, there's that classic line he had where he was looking at the abstract art and he says, "This couldn't be in Playboy," and I was hootering and hollering in the theater, being like, "Damn right."
Whoa, a Disney movie just said Playboy. Whoa.
Top 10 adult jokes in kids media.
Number one, cock.
Nice.
That was a funny meme reference for all the funny meme referencers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought near the kind of tail end of the movie where they kind of like all dress up as painters to go and rescue their friend. Like, where the fuck did they just shit out like a whole paint truck and like a whole bunch of uniforms for like a
Uh
painting company? Like they just kind of randomly decide like, oh, let's all be painters to go rescue our friend as like a cover up, and they all just like somehow get painters clothes and somehow get a bunch of like painting equipment, and it's like a very Scooby-Doo esque like thing.
Well,
And
you've played a Grand Theft Auto game. You know how those kind of items are procured.
yeah, you kill the painters and steal their shit.
Yeah.
oh wow, so Schmealer and Frank Welker's Henry killed painters?
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed a bunch of blue collar painters and they stole their painting outfits so they could go save their friend and give him a concussion by dropping him out
Wait,
of a second
If
story
it's
window.
funnier to think that they just
wait,
killed them, then sure. I mean, I just thought that they just knocked them over the head with a wrench or something.
wait. I we fucked up this bit because Schmealer and Frank Henry. Oh no,
Frank
because
Henry.
okay, we fucked up this bit because Schmealer and Frank Welker's Henry, they weren't part of the painting crew. That the painting team was filled with beloved characters like Pete and Bradley.
This
Schmeal
main character has way too many friends. I don't know about you guys, but I
Yeah.
just thought like, oh my god, he has too many friends. Like, really, is he like he's not really not all that. He doesn't need everybody in like that small little college to be his best friend. Like,
Well,
come on,
they don't
he's not
make
that charismatic.
they don't
Hey,
make the
I mean,
personalities of the friends like distinct. They're all just kind of like the good guy. Like
Yeah.
Smueller is the only one with personality, really.
it's very it's very Archie comicsy in the way where they all just kind of blend in together.
No, no, no. Jughead and Reggie, there's a difference between Jughead and Reggie and a difference between Veronica and Betty. This comparison I think is false and I don't respect
Look,
it.
look,
The
I'm
Archie
just gonna
characters
say
are like a
this.
strong like core, like a strong like core few, not like an ensemble.
I'm just gonna say this. I've never read any of the Archie comics. However, looking inward from the outside, they all seem like just generic teenage to 20-year-old, like, I'm a good character.
Looking from the inward to the outward, I'm going to talk about this Archie thing like I know it. Get the fuck off my turf, bitch.
Fuck off, Synth. You suggested this movie. I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass for suggesting this movie. You know what? You know what? Meet me outside, motherfucker. We're gonna settle this Yonkers style.
Oh my god, dude,
Oh
there
yeah.
was a Yonkers. There was a Yonkers quote. I literally soy face when they mentioned
No, yeah,
Yonkers.
I
the
did
the
too. I
girls
did
that he
too.
makes out with on the TV, like
They're from
these girls from
fucking
Yonkers.
Yonkers. Yeah.
It was like a
Yonkers
Yonkers
girl
like
with the honkers out.
Yonkers girls got the honkers out. Yeah,
they were
baby.
wait, what did they do in Yonkers? Like they were like some plant like something involving plants?
They knocked around his junk a little. Yeah. I don't know. I
Fi
think
Yonkers gets represented in the computer world. Tennis shoes.
the computer wore tennis shoes. Yonkers was mentioned in the computer wore tennis shoes.
The
1969, Walt Disney.
There's three things Yonkers is known for. North Tower, South Tower, computer wore tennis shoes.
The North and South Tower in Brooklyn, you fucking idiot.
Oh my god. Oh wow, I'm a little embarrassed.
Yonkers is to the north. It's north of the Bronx.
It's all the same, you fucking East Coast pieces of shit.
It's north of the Bronx, okay? Yonkers is a little bit outside the main part of New York. All right, it's north of the Bronx. It's north of Harlem. It's right at the base of Manhattan Island.
Is this even like the
Osama.
real like location? Because I think you
It
might be
actually
pissing
is.
off. Really, because don't piss off like our three listeners who live in New York because they always get like pissed off when we get that shit wrong.
Wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
it's
So
exactly where I said. It's north of the Bronx and north of Harlem.
yeah, so do you think Osama bin Laden, I mean, he was probably like a teenager when this movie came out, so maybe he watched this movie and that's why he didn't attack Yonkers because that city was mentioned in his favorite movie. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid.
I think I think you're just fucking stupid. I think I'm agreeing with you on that. I think this movie suggestion was very out of left field a little bit. And I think we might have to question your leadership there, Synth. How about we hold
No.
an election?
Hey, people are going to get a kick from 1960s retro fusion, bro. You society rewards the risk takers, the buck breakers, the chance takers. You want to play it safe and review shit like The Room, like everyone else, you fucking baby, you goo goo gaga little shit. You know what? Man up, sack up, and put those tennis shoes on because god damn it, we're facing the computer, boy.
What the fuck are you even talking about?
Um this movie going back to the movie. um if there's one if there is a massive continuity flaw with this movie, well, not a continuity flaw, more so just questioning the sanity of the friend group. So they don't talk to the cops. They decide to like wear painter outfits and like get Dexter Riley himself because if they're scared that Dexter will get arrested if they call the cops, but it's like Dexter is clearly a hostage. Dexter wouldn't get arrested. I don't understand the logic here.
These are like dumbass teenagers or college students, whatever the fuck they are. They don't know shit.
But like, don't they know how many like how much damage they could have caused? They could have caused a car pile up during all that paint on the fucking highway. You
Yeah,
know,
don't worry about it. Yeah, they almost got shot by some like really Italian looking guy who can't drive. You know, it's whatever. You know, he almost they almost got aced by a goon. You know, I actually have a thing to say about this. You know how like every goon in like Hollywood movies and like right after World War II, like every single time without fail, it's always the bad guys who use like Nazi weapons. Like these guys were like rich, like fucking like mafia dudes, and they were using a fucking like P08 Luger to try and shoot these like children on the highway.
uh, wow, someone
It's
goes on
symbolism.
4chan's K over here.
I play too many war games. That's the only reason I know guns.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how to shoot them. I'm
all right.
scared of them. I'm
You
scared
don't
of guns.
you don't live in a
I'm
militia compound in Ohio.
I'm a liberal. I'm afraid of guns. Ooh hoo hoo.
Your dad didn't like make you listen to Infowars in a trailer park,
Oh
preparing
dude.
you for the dystopia.
Oh dude, I have a funny story about that. My dad used to listen to Infowars to shit on it. He used to think Alex Jones was a fucking crackpot. And this was like in 2011, right? So like I remember distinctly. I walked into my dad's room. He was listening to Infowars on his like radio setup or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, who's that guy? His voice sounds really familiar." And he said, "Oh, he's just some dumbass. just he's just some fucking fucktard. You know, who cares?"
Is this how your dad spent his free time?
Kinda, yeah.
Based.
Yeah, he also there was a show that was on afterwards, and this is like a local show, so I won't say the name of it. But basically, it was like a marketplace where people would like announce, like they'd call into the show to like sell something on there, and somebody was selling an AK-47, just casually an AK-47, and my dad almost jumped out of his fucking chair to call that show or to call that guy's number, not the show, because he wanted to buy the AK-47 for squirrel hunting.
Squirrel hunting. Jesus Christ. That's
Did your dad feed you squirrels growing up?
Yeah, I mean, he hit a squirrel with his car and he grabbed it and we ate it for dinner.
what does a squirrel taste like?
It's a lot like pork, but it's a bit rubbery,
Eh.
but it tastes pretty good.
Oh really? Huh.
Uh, do you still eat squirrels, or was this like a one time thing?
It was kind of a one-time thing. After that little affair with roadkill, we started getting into like hunting deer. Like my brother would hunt deer, so we would just get like deer and turn the meat into deer jerky, and that shit's great.
Venison,
I could
yeah.
imagine you in like a fancy bib, like preparing a nice fancy meal. Got some classy music going on. Got some red wine. Just eating a squirrel.
Yeah, just they have like one of those platters with the little like the cover on top, and they lift up the cover, and there's just a whole fucking squirrel body that's been like skinned with like an apple in its mouth.
And it still has like the fucking BB gun pellets in there.
Yeah, it's it's still got the tire mark.
The French. You're doing like the Orson Welles thing.
You see, the French enjoy this. It's a delicacy called road meat.
You know, Orson Welles directed this movie.
I feel like that's bullshit.
And no, it's real.
You know what? I'm gonna Google that because you said this, and I feel like you're fucking lying. The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, directed by Robert Butler.
The fact you fucking looked it up, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I like disproving you. It's called fact checking.
It's called being a libtard cuck.
The guy who made this movie made a bunch of shit that I have no clue what it is. Uh yeah, I've never heard of any. Oh, he made the Dick Van Dyke Show, like two
Yeah, you
episodes of it.
you don't know what dicks are.
Yeah,
Or
I guess
Van
you're right.
Dykes.
Wait, that bit fell on me. Wait.
Yeah, motherfucker. I bet you would know what dicks are like,
No, wait.
asshole.
Whoops. I'm a
He
little
did a lot of
embarrassed.
TV stuff. I've noticed. He was a big TV director.
Yeah,
Kind of got
you know,
TV
this
vibes from this movie.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like the way it's all set up, how you're kind of like expected to know the friend group,
Hmm.
it feels like a TV episode, which I guess explains it because like this Dexter Riley franchise, because there was two sequels to this, there is like this it does feel very episodic, and I believe the dean comes back in the next two movies, and same with the villain, Mr. Arno.
This is part of a series. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. This is the Dexter Riley franchise. Uh,
So, what is this based off of, like a book or something, or is this all
n-
original?
no, dude. When this movie came out, people went fucking crazy for the computer wore tennis shoes. They were fucking chanting out this movie. This movie made Kurt Russell a fucking star. Put him on the fucking map.
Kurt Russell was in this movie.
He's Dexter Riley.
Wait, you didn't realize that?
No way.
You didn't realize that?
You, you, you
No.
didn't. Yeah, I'm not even fucking with you this time.
Yeah.
It's
Wow,
actually Kurt Russell.
that's actually crazy because like his I've only ever seen him old. So seeing him young just didn't even like
You've never seen like Big Trouble in Little China or anything like that? Or
I
like The
haven't seen that.
Thing?
I've seen Escape from New York and I've seen The Thing, but he just looks so different because he's got like facial hair and he's got like longer hair and stuff. Like he
Well,
just looks like a
yeah,
whole different
you've never
dude.
seen him clean cut.
Yeah, I've never seen him clean cut and young. Like he looks like a completely different person. Wow, that's fucking crazy. I didn't even notice that. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, Kurt Russell and Frank Welker should get together and kind of reboot the Dexter Riley franchise. You know, bring it back for a fourth film. You know,
He's 72.
so I mean, they Frank Welker and Dexter Riley could be like the new professors teaching the next generation of.
Computer boys.
If they could make like a fourth Extendables movie, they can make a fourth Dexter Riley movie.
I want to see them fully explore the sociological implications of their exist in a very easy way of just becoming a human supercomputer. All you have to do is just get shocked by a computer and now you're a genius. Like I want to see like how that's going to get weaponized by capitalism. I want them to
This was
explore the
back in the day.
deeper themes.
Yeah, I want them to be gay and lesbians and I want to suck.
I want them to suck and fuck and be computers.
They better not
Uh,
make the computer wore tennis shoes woke. If they do that, my whole year will be ruined.
well, it's a Disney property, so it's gonna be headed by Kathleen Kennedy, and she's gonna make it woke, dude.
I'm so glad South Park covered that. It like really
Yeah,
settled
man.
things.
Oh yeah, it totally didn't just like wind up being a waste of time and another like part of the dumb culture war we're in. Which, by the way, what even is the fucking like? Okay, real talk here. Like, set all the bullshit aside, set everything aside. What even is the goddamn culture war? Right? Like, what culture is being fought over?
Western culture.
Western Western culture is being fought over, and that's the culture war.
Sure.
That
Look, man,
it just like
I
no. Broad strokes here. Like, let's get philosophical for a second. What
no.
even what even goddamn is the culture war? Why are we fighting over what's woke and what isn't woke? Who gives a fucking shit? Oh no, it's got black women and minority and like minorities in it, and it's they say they them some. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, we do this every review where
What?
we go on a rant about conservatives. Let's
Look, I look. I'm gonna say this. Okay, this is partly my show too. All right, I'm gonna
okay,
stand on
okay,
my soapbox. I'm
okay,
gonna
okay.
elevate a second, and I'm
All
just
right.
gonna say this. I think the culture war is bullshit. I think it's really dumb. I think people fighting over stupid shit is really fucking awful. I mean, back in the like 1960s, like in the time this movie was set, like kids back then would like play with dead animals and go get like lead poisoning from their father's car exhaust. That was pretty awesome. And nowadays the kids use an iPad and they watch YouTube videos of like Elsa finger family
The finger
shit
banging.
eating contests.
Yeah.
Yeah, finger banging. And
Where are we even going?
what I'm saying is that Western culture has always been shit, and whether it's got like black people or lesbians in it doesn't fucking matter because they've always been there. So like, who gives a fuck? We're all
I
gonna be
mean,
brain dead in like 40 years from all the fucking microplastics. I'm probably gonna suffer an ischemic stroke by the age of like 50, and I'm probably gonna be in a wheelchair or some shit. And I'm gonna be like permanently watching those like baby sensory videos to like try and stimulate my brain enough to be able to eat pudding in a retirement home. So like who gives a fuck? The climate's gonna blow up. The world's gonna fucking like turn to like an oven, and then also it's gonna destabilize to the point where it's also gonna flash freeze. So like, who gives a fuck? Set new
This is
new
so
ice age.
cheery. Like our listeners are gonna be like sitting on their lunch break and just hearing this
No,
like
no.
dirge, just like everything is
This
fucked.
No. I'm not Rick and Mortying this shit. I'm not saying wubba lubba dub dub, everything's bad. No, I'm saying life has always been retarded. So why are we focusing our energy on dumb culture war bullshit when we could just go do something nicer with the time that we have on this earth, other than like arguing about whether or not like South Park is woke or whether or not Kathleen Kennedy's cunt smells bad today. Like, who cares?
you're not wrong. I just thought that was like a very quick transition, but I mean,
It was. I mean, we're talking about a 1960s Disney movie, and we kind of ended up veering off into a weird spot. But I just had to stand on my soapbox for a second. I'll step back down.
um, hey, you know what? When it's Thanksgiving, Ivan, and your cousin tells you to pass the dinner roll, I just imagine you standing up and saying all that.
I would not. Uh, I would eat that dinner roll instead of passing it to him because fuck him, piece of shit.
Yeah, what a little like,
Yeah,
kid.
little piece of shit, little iPad baby. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, go
go get the roll yourself, you little shit.
Yeah.
stand up and get the roll yourself, you short little bastard. You've only been alive
Yeah,
for like what 7 years? Fuck you.
This is the
Fuck
real
yeah,
yourself.
world. You have to get up and get your own fucking dinner roll.
You can't be watching Five Nights at Freddy's on your iPad and expect me to give you your dinner roll yourself.
Watching
You gotta get a job. You gotta pay for your electric.
Stop watching movies
I'm
on your
like,
phone. Get real.
yeah, start watching the Computer Wore Tenny Shoes, a real movie.
But not on your
Yeah, put
phone.
down.
Watch it in a fucking like private theater.
Yeah,
Yeah, go rent out a 1970s porn theater and just watch the computer wore tennis shoes. Sit there on your own and do that little pose that Travis Bickle does in Taxi Driver, where he's like, I'm so, oh god, I'm watching it, but I'm not.
holy crap, Lois! It's Dexter Riley from the Computer Wore Tenny Shoes. Hey,
Oh hey,
Peter.
Dexter Riley,
Applejack.
Applejack. That it's like his activation phrase, his like kill word.
Yeah, makes him come.
He's like a Soviet sleeper agent, where it's just like if you say Applejack, he starts like reciting coordinates, and then he goes and like flies a plane into a building.
Was he kind of like doing like an autistic guy thing, like being like, "Can the audience please stop clapping? We're wasting 30 seconds."
A little bit. I
Yeah.
think it was a little bit. It's like, oh, we're wasting our valuable time. We're not being efficient. Like, okay, put down the fucking sensory cube, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Or when he's like, "Philadelphia,
Oh yeah,
Philadelphia."
when he was like slowly like losing the computer ability and like also
Dude,
like he forgot how to speak.
yo,
Phil, oh,
look,
Del,
Kurt, I love you, Kurt, but this is a comedy Disney movie. You could like tone it down a bit. This is not going to win an Oscar.
I don't think he actually lost the computer ability. I think he just suffered a head injury from falling from the second floor of a building in a trunk.
Yeah. Wait, why the fuck are his friends are assholes? Like they see him like he's been held hostage. He's like he could barely breathe. He like fell off a building, and they're like, "Dude, you gotta do the fucking quiz show."
Yeah, like immediately, just like, oh yeah, you suffered head trauma, dude, but you know, it's cool. Just
Yeah,
yeah, do the quiz
the
show.
the mobster probably like fucking like cut your mother's fingers to like help you win like horse bets. But hey, you're okay.
Why were they feeding him like buckets of fried chicken when they held him hostage? What the fuck was up with that?
it was the
Uh,
cheapest thing that they
well,
can get down the street.
chicken's fucking good, dude. What the fuck you have against fried chicken?
Oh, I get it. A bucket of chicken, just like a fucket of dickin'. I get it now.
What? Wait, what?
It's a fucket of dickin'.
Are you a computer that wore tennis shoes, Ivan?
It's a fucket of dickin'.
I
I get the joke now. It's a fucket of dickin'.
I'm I'm sorry. I missed out on this school lesson.
It's a fucket like a bucket, but it's a fucket.
Okay,
You
let
know,
me
you know,
analyze
like
this.
saying fuck it of dickin' instead of chick. It's like dickin', like you're dicking something.
I wonder if
Ugh.
the nerd writer has a video essay on this movie to explain the fried chicken to me.
It's a fucket of dickin'.
Do- Um,
This is a
what if I?
this is a Team Fortress 2 meme.
Oh, well, I play Overwatch because I grew up.
Wow, you play Overwatch because you didn't grow up? That's awesome, Synth.
I play Overwatch because I beat my fucking meat to mercy.
You play Overwatch because you like to go into the Tinder watch lobbies and e-date a bunch of Mercy mains that name themselves some shit like mommy with a heart emoji next to it.
That what? Say what?
Arcade lobby, Tinder watch. Yeah, I love dating e-girls on Tinder watch. I can't wait for them to emote at me in the
I
game.
I don't date girls in Overwatch. I give them their money, then cry in the corner as I jerk off.
Let's be in the
Whoa,
corner.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's
Yeah.
save this for the Cuck Awards, okay?
Okay, we gotta stop hyping up. Okay, no offense, but the idea of calling the Oscar show the Cuck Awards and then doing like a whole Cuck Awards thing, it sounds like a 2015 Mr. like Medicare like shitty like stream bit.
Who gives a fuck? It'd be fun.
Like,
Okay, attention audience, attention audience.
oh boy.
I'm making the executive decision that we're doing this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Either
sorry,
on the
son.
Oscar show, either on the Oscar show or sometime near then, we're gonna do the first ever Cuck Awards, where we find the movie that's the closest in likeness to Cuck, and we grant it that award.
Yeah, we're gonna 3D
I
print
mean,
like a big old like a 420
Like,
award.
no,
dude,
the award will be a 3D printed. No, not even a 3D print. No. The award will just be an image of a hotel chair delivered in an envelope to the
wow,
director of the
wow.
movie.
Do you guys like write for Emp Lemon or something? Holy shit!
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. We're trying to have fun and you're just like, yeah, nothing ever happens.
You know, I want to talk more about like these '60s Disney movies. I think we really
Yeah,
bond over
because
them.
you're severely brain damaged. Let's talk about 1960s Disney movies.
Hey, fun fact: Walt Disney's like the last words he ever wrote said Kurt Russell.
You're full of shit.
No, that's actually real.
So what was it? Dear Kurt Russell, the Jews did it.
No,
Signed Walt Disney.
no. You know, Walt Disney had lots of faith in this movie. I mean, the computer wore tennis shoes was kind of like his magnum opus. Everything he wanted to say in his life was in this movie.
Yeah, this movie was originally intended to be R-rated, and it was gonna break him out of like the box that he built himself in.
You guys remember like those like old like Pixar trailers where it would show like the booth that like all the Pixar guys were like this was the restaurant booth where we came up with Toy Story and Finding Nemo. You guys remember that shit?
Yeah, it's like
Vaguely.
all the it's what Toy Story to Wally.
Yeah. And like if you go to that restaurant, they make that a big deal of that booth.
Oh, this was where Wally was made. Whoa! Now you have to pay $10 more.
Yeah, and you could like even go to like the toilets in the restaurant and be like, this is where like the Pixar guys like took their like poops. So you could really like get creative if you take a shit on that toilet.
Yeah, you can take the most creative shit of your
Yeah,
life.
hope those juices like kind of you know infect you a little bit, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
while you
maybe
eat
I
the while you eat the shitty restaurant burger, you can go carnival style in the same place that what's his name? Like fucking something Katzenberg took a
Jeffrey
fucking
Katzenberg.
massive horse. Yeah, Jeffrey Katzenberg. You can take a shit in the same place that he went fucking horse style on that fucking shit. Just
well, Jeffrey Katzenberg wouldn't eat at that restaurant because he's DreamWorks, you fucking moron.
He would go over
he
there
worked at
and
Pixar
deface
first.
the Pixar booth specifically.
Oh, damn, he's framing the Pixar guys for by taking a really disgusting shit, clogging the toilet, then blaming the Pixar guys. 4D chess, Mr. Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Yeah, and then he's gonna
All
say,
right, we
"I was
gotta
the
end
first
this.
one to think of an ant movie. Screw you."
All right, we gotta end this. End this.
No, there's some more things to talk about. Like, what's up? Like, I thought the movie was fine, but I think my problem with the movie is that it's a lot of like fill in the blanks. Like, there's not really a lot of reflection. Like the second he like turns into a computer brain or whatever, it just immediately goes to quiz show. It's never like, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's just kind of like it's very sitcom-y.
TV director.
Well, okay. Another thing I have is like when they go to like no, I forgot.
All
I'm
right. Well, that's been our review of the computer wore tennis shoes. I give this movie a like 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty fun. I really liked the chase scene at the end. I
yeah,
thought
Oh
that
that
was
was
yeah,
really
dope.
well done.
yeah, that was like the best part of the movie.
Yeah. The movie starts a bit slow, but it has good character actors that I kind of grow into it,
Mm.
you know.
What do you give it? What do you give the movie out of 10, guys?
Like a
I'm
7.
going to give it a 7.
What do you say, Mads?
Yeah, like a hard 7.
Okay, so 7.5, 7, 7. All right. Well,
We don't do halves here, Ivan. Give it an 8
look,
or 7. Make a
look.
fucking choice.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna flip a fucking coin, you bastard. You made me do this. All right. Let me Google coin flipper because I don't have any actual coins.
Wow, you're still broke.
All right, heads 7, tails 8. Okay, it's tails. Best out of 3. Heads. And we got tails. Okay, it's an 8.
All right. Nice. Hey, you know what? I feel like people should make decisions based on flipping a coin, you know.
Yeah, like pressing the nuclear launch button.
You know, so the bad guy in the movie, like he wanted to kill Dexter because he was going to expose like his like gambling things or whatever, but it's like gambling is so mainstream now. It's kind of weird. Like now even President Biden's like join the sports betting app in the
Yeah.
middle of the State of the Union.
I
So,
what I thought was weird about that scene was the fact that like as they were planning like they were planning their like scheme to murder this guy who's like arguably the smartest person in the world at this point while they were like 10 feet away from him in the same room.
eating fried chicken.
Yeah, eating fried chicken. And they just expected him to still be sitting there eating fried chicken as if he wasn't gonna like scheme a way out of being killed by these two goons.
Well, here's my way of reading this. I think those two goons, I think like they're in love with each other and they want to get out of this life of crime. So they just wanted Dexter to know this information so Dexter could stop them so they could finally go to prison and reform and then get out of this crime life and become, a very cute homosexual couple. I think there is, stuff you could read into that.
Are you what's this like woke ass theory that you're coming up with right now?
I'm saying the bad guys in the computer wore tennis shoes are repressed homosexuals.
Yeah. And this is still a based movie that supports true traditional American values because it's portraying it to be a bad thing, a tragic thing.
Well, you know, well, when Dennis Riley gets kissed by two girls from fucking Yonkers,
Yeah, that's
his
the American
girlfriend
dream.
called him a filthy rat.
All right, everyone, right quick, right quick. I just have to say this. All right.
What?
Do you think, and this is a real question here, do you think the goons exploit each other's bodies?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,